Hello everyone, I am Kabir and you're watching Sounds from Saints. Um, since I've started making the videos recently, I have I'm learning and I noticed that when I'm talking while thinking simultaneously, it takes me more time to explain or find the apt words at times. And that might make some people get bored. So I'm gonna try a new way of sharing what I think today. I wrote down my what I had to share, and I'm gonna try and read it out to you. uh, I don't know how it would come out. I do not know if that is something that people expect to see in a video, podcast, channel, whatever. But I think what I'm trying to do is give out the information rather than sticking to the regular norms in which things are given out. So I hope this helps, and here it goes. So, as consciousness in human form, uh, we are born of desires, of expectations, of curiosities. But these desires, these expectations, these curiosities come with fear. Fear of pain, fear of loss, fear of the unknown. While these fears are something we can understand and let go of, there is something that needs to be understood and realized on a deeper level within ourselves, which is the acceptance of truth. Truth that is ours, truth that is someone else's, and truth that just is. But where do we start this journey into truth? How do we stay focused on this journey? We can do that by finding stillness in the mind. And an important step to finding that stillness requires us to first calm our mind. This calm is what gives our mind room to breathe, to think, to observe, to understand and realize things. Therefore, today I am here to share my learnings on how you can become calm in most of the situations in your life. Just to bring clarity on this, becoming calm does not work like an electric switch that one can just, turn on or off. It is more of a lifestyle concept. And the feeling of being calm, on the other hand, now that is something that actually works like, a switch flipping on or off. Because, when you come into a realization of being calm, it just happens. It's not something you can turn on or off. It just happens. Getting there requires action, but feeling it does not. So, how do we reach the state of being? This state of stillness, of this calm. It's it's a simple answer. It's through acceptance. Now, if I understand, it may not make sense because it's just a simple word, acceptance, but let me try and explain that to you. Both consciously and subconsciously, every moment of our day, we're always seeking, we're always looking for something. We could be looking for simple things like, okay, what do I do today? What do I read today? What movie should I watch today? What can I eat today for lunch, for dinner? Stuff like that. Basic stuff, day to day stuff, momentarily, momentary things are much broader, which are much more impactful in the long run in our life, such as any career related thoughts, or things like, okay, where should I take my career, which direction, um, how should I be in my relationship, how should I work on my relationship, where if something happens in your family life, there are parents who are always seeking, like, okay, what should I do to help my child, what can I offer to my child, how to give my children the best life, stuff like that. These are broader concepts, and they're more deep rooted in our subconscious than our conscious mind throughout our day. So at uh, the point here is that we're always looking for or thinking about something. While it is in our human nature to think, to desire things, what happens over time is that we start getting habitual of thinking and then overthinking, which sooner or later leads to us becoming habitual of wanting to have things being done in a certain way, bracket of certain conditionings. Now, as much as it is helpful for a civilization to be conditioned and updated in order for evolution to keep happening, there are factors like expectations, and the need to inflict control over others that may create ripples of situations where one can experience resistance, which means that experiencing a loss or lack of control, this steady underlying feeling, uh, sorry, correction, I didn't read it right. This stealthy underlying feeling of the need to control is what gives birth to anxiety and fear when triggered. Therefore, being in a state of calm is what can become a healthy foundation for a mind to exist in if we are looking to find stillness in the mind or of the mind. Now, this is where I'd like to share some simple yet effective ways of becoming calm in most situations in your life, in your day to day lives. Um, they may not be completely apt for every situation, uh, but I'm trying to share the simpler things right now in a very compressed, brief manner over here. So, the first thing not to forget is to keep your breathing steady. This I had mentioned in my previous video about conscious breathing. If you would like, you could go and check out the video on my channel. So, whenever any situation arises which is triggering anxiety or restlessness in you, you have to consciously tell yourself in your mind to check how you're breathing. Tell yourself to keep taking steady breaths like you would do in your regular relaxed spaces. Like, let's say you're sitting on the couch watching something, you're very relaxed, you're breathing steady. So or when you're just in your bed right before you're sleeping, so you're as soon as you start getting relaxed, your breathing goes very smooth and very steady. So that is what you need to try and resonate with, and try to reach that space of being calm, steady in your breathing. And you need to tell yourself, to Now, let me tell you, if you're not used to doing this consciously, you would find it uncomfortable and a little difficult, since your mind is habitual to focus on the situation at hand rather than letting it be and focusing on any other thing. So you will have to try and do it forcefully a couple of times. Soon you will start doing this subconsciously in any and every situation, effortlessly, and in a span of milliseconds, and eventually it will start happening, simultaneously. The second thing to remember is to be in to be in the present. We often forget our presence as a being during intense situations. The core method of this technique is to remember that whatever is happening right now is happening in the present. um, you will have to keep bringing your mind back to your surroundings, your current space, your awareness. You have to keep bringing it back. That's the idea of this technique. So most people, what happens is they're oblivious or ignorant to the present moment, and they forget the idea that every moment is a passing moment, and nothing is fixed. Like, everything keeps passing. Like, you must have heard it from many people that, everything shall pass. Like, this time will pass, or this thing will, move on, or whatever. Things will change. So change is something which is kinetic, and is it's constantly in movement. So there is no need to get attached to any kind of emotion caused by a fleeting moment of your life. Understanding this dynamic, of time is something that helps liberate ourselves from the bounds of time itself. To explain it better, when you come to this realization that this moment will pass, your your acceptance to the temporarity, or I don't know what the word is, the unfixed nature of things, uh, that comes into your realization. And that is what helps us find some comfort in ourselves and some security in ourselves, that this will change, or this is just in the moment, it's a momentary situation. So our attachment to it kind of starts detaching. We don't get stuck into it. We don't keep chasing that rabbit, that thought. And that is what helps us evade that whole process of keeping ourselves in that loop of a situation. You must have found yourselves or seen people, when people are sometimes, if something intense happens in their life, they keep repeating it in their mind, even though they've come out of that situation, that thing has happened, everything has ended. But we come back home, we go to another place, but this thought is constantly going on and on and on in our minds. That is what chasing the rabbit is in this situation. And that is what the loop is. And if you keep spinning into yourselves and your mind into that loop, you will be stuck in that time. So when I say that this thing, this bringing yourself back to the present moment helps you liberate yourselves from that time, This is what it means, that it helps you get out of that time loop and keep moving, like how life actually is, constantly moving, constantly kinetic. So, yeah, so this is the second technique. The third thing is to be in a realized space of knowing if the situation is resulting from your actions or is it just your reaction. Now, when the activity is done by you, um, such as any word spoken by you or any physical actions executed by you, as soon as you come into this realization that this is something that has been caused by my own doing, by my own decision, the subconscious mind finds it um, easy to accept that it is you who has caused the situation, and therefore it's easy for the mind, the subconscious mind, to accept, and take the ownership of that, of any of the outcome that comes out of that situation, of that action, mm, caused by that action. So what happens is this helps the mind realize that nothing is happening without cause, and that helps the mind feel secure um, from the possibility of losing control. Um, and that is what helps make it, the mind feel a lot more calm. Because over here in this situation, if you have, if you throw a stone at someone's window, let's say, knowing that you have done it, if someone comes out from that house that and starts scolding you or starts shouting at you or something, there is a certain degree of acceptance because we know that we have done this thing. I'm not saying that this is a good thing, but just as an example, when we do something and we are consciously aware of it, that okay, this is what I've done, and even though you don't like being called out for it or being shouted at for that action, there is a degree of understanding and acceptance in the mind that I have done this and therefore this is happening with me. So there, the mind doesn't go into any kind of surprise or shock that something has happened out of the blue, or randomly. You already know what's happening, why is it happening, and that makes the mind subconsciously a lot more calmer. It's a deeper concept. Some people might understand this, some people might not. I believe most people would. But if there's more questions on this, please do write it in the comments, and I'll try to explain it whatever I can uh, to help you understand this concept. Now, the other aspect is, now this was about actions, when you consciously know that you are the one who has taken an action, so you are the one in action. Now, in the case of a reaction, um, when your mind comes into this understanding that okay, this is not something that I've done directly, when it is conscious, when you bring your mind into that conscious awareness that okay, this is something that I am not directly related to, it is not happening because of my doing, it is not happening because of me saying something or taking an action, it is something which is happening on the outer world, in the outer world, by someone else or by a natural situation or you know by whatever, but not directly because of you or through you. um, In that situation, the moment you bring your mind to that awareness that this is not because of my direct doing, there is an automatic understanding or an automatic realization that I am not responsible directly for it, and that the need to take any accountability for that situation kind of goes down, and you are able to detach from that that that's that moment, the spur in the spur of the moment, whatever has happened. This What this thing does is your mind subconsciously becomes a witness to whatever's happening, and not the you know not the one carrying the weight of this action or this karma. And that helps the mind digest the situation in a much more relaxed and calmer manner. Now, these are just three techniques that I've shared, simple techniques. There are multiple other things, obviously based on whatever the need of the moment is. You know, that can happen. Now, the important thing to understand with these techniques is that they are only helpful when you try to apply them with a conscious mind. Meaning that you may have to force yourself to remember and apply these methods while you are experiencing a situation that is making you anxious or restless. At least initially, if if you find it difficult to calm yourself down in such intense situations, and you want to apply these techniques, uh, you might have to do it forcefully initially a few times, and until the time it gets you get used to it, or it becomes a part of your how your mind responds to things. So with regular application, it will become a habitual thing for you. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, I do understand that there are many situations, like I said before, where these simple techniques might not suffice. And for that, if there's any specific situation that you might want to share, and you would like me to share my understanding on how to deal with those, if you haven't been able to and you would like to, do share them, maybe in the comments, or you know go to the description on my channel, and my details are there. You could drop me a message or an email, whatever you feel comfortable with. um, and I would love to share whatever I can, with whatever capacity I have, and hopefully be of any help. That is all for this video. um, I hope I hope this video would be helpful to many people out there, and I will keep trying to bring different topics and share my understandings on them, with the hope that they could help people around the world. Until then, God bless and bye.